mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil per.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. And we are underway in Buffalo. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. To throw is Rodgers. Throw left side, complete to Cup. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. First carry for Josh Jacobs. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
630. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, 88.
Throwing now is Rodgers. for the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now it's Rodgers. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Hey, take 26. No. Get at 300. Get at 300. Jump out.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Touchdown. Josh Jacobs from 4 yards out. And the Bills are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the return will stop right around the 25. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Now Rodgers. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Jacobs, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bills have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully... Now, to me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Set. Go.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Chip! Go to 50. 26. Inside. 319.
Now Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Check 30. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Look again.
To throw, it's Rodgers. That's going to be caught by Harrison. Touchdown, Buffalo. From 19 yards away. And the Bills continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it is 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Slot man moves right. Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. To the air again, Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Set. Go.
From the 50, here's Herbert. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Set.
Herbert now. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Now it's Herbert. Flush to his right. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
Over the middle, it's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down.
Set. Ready.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Flushed out right. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Bills are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
2nd and 10.
Hey, take 26.
Throwing is Rodgers. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Get 300. Get 300. Jump out!
Rodgers to throw once more. Right back to Njoku. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. In motion right, that's Harrison. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Go to 50. 26.
Rodgers again now. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Check 30.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Rodgers to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is going to have a Bills first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Rodgers now to throw. Over the middle. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead. And it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
88, 88, 88. See, Mike.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Hey, check 26. Get at 300. Get at 300.
On play action, Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. That's going to be caught by Harrison. Touchdown, Buffalo. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now a 2nd and 10.
Stay with Tiger. Set. Set.
Herbert. He lets it fly for Lockett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Yeah, Liz.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Now it's Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harrison. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Back north. No. 150. 150.
Here's Rodgers. And that is taken in by Njoku. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 31-yard line. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Get 300. Get 300. 26.
Rodgers going to throw.
He'll get that complete to Harrison.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Over. Get right. Outside.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Touchdown, Bills. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Catch is made by Marquise Brown.
And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
The former star at the University of Buffalo, Khalil Mack.
In there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. And no move to get Herbert off the field. They're going for this.
Ready.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
21. Set.
Here's Herbert.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. The slot man in motion right. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Set. Go.
Again, Herbert. Got him in. It's Brown. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
2nd down and 3.
Ready. Set.
Now a handoff up the middle. Hickman. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Set. Set.
Here's Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
Set. Ready.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Set. Set.
Now it's Herbert. And that's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Set. Ready.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Justin Herbert
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Jets are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Now the try here for the extra point. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this third quarter. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
30. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's going to be shoved out, but not before he gets this down to the 20-yard line. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harrison. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game.
And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Butker is on target,
and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Hey, go line, set. Why did it?
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46.
Go.
Herbert now. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Set.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Set. Set.
Up the middle they go. Hickman. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Set. Ready.
Looking to throw. Herbert, they'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Alex Highsmith making a nice play and getting the sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Operating from the gun, Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Marquise Brown from 17 yards out. And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Point after, right down the middle, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock.
Rodgers now to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Yeah, this.
In motion right, that's Harrison. Now a play fake. Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
This is the tight end, Njoku. And nothing to speak of there after the catch as they get him right to the ground at the 37. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Now Rodgers. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
50.
In motion right, that's Harrison.
Flip again.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Hey, Kappa. Ready.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. In motion left comes Brown. Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Set. Go.
Jones will take this one in. Touchdown, New York. Now, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
26.
And again, it's Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harrison. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Inside.
Throwing is Rodgers. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Zone. Check 30.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10.
Hey,
from down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Hey, 88. Stay right.
Rodgers throwing here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the...
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. we may be someone you have to reckon with.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's 2nd and 10.
59. Set.
Back to throw. Herbert. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Kenny Clark drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Waddle now to return it. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Jump out! Yeah, Liz. Back north.
Rodgers looking to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. 20.
Down the right sideline.
He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Set.
Now Jones. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
380. Get out. Ready.
Looking to throw. Herbert.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Connor. And just nowhere to go for Connor. Defense gets to him, and they mark him short.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Set. What is it?
They'll run for it with Connor. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
No hesitation on the decision to go on 4th and goal from the 1, and they punch it in.
And I do believe that field position factors in there too, because even if they don't get in, you're going to force the other guys to go the full 99 yards. So to me, a good calculated risk, which actually paid off.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
26.
On play action, Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all in.